Hi there, welcome to another episode of Canada's Movie and TV Hosers. I'm Gregory and with me is my lovely wife Christine.
Hi everybody.
So this show is all about celebrating things in fandom that we love, pop culture, movies, trailers, TV shows, streaming,
Books,
audiobooks, comic books, music if we wanted to. Just to break it down for you, we're going to do some news today because there was a big announcement. There's no trailers for today. Then we're going to jump right into our reviews. We got a bunch of reviews. We might not get to all of them. And this is our guest star, Fluffy Kitty, who's a little feisty today.
She's a bit in a mood.
She's in a bad mood today, so we're going to leave her be.
She considers it a good mood.
Okay, so we've been waiting all month for an announcement from the new DC studios.
You've been waiting all month, yes.
No, a lot of people have been. So James Gunn announced that they'd be making an announcement, and then they waited till the last day of January, which was on Tuesday, the 31st. And then they made an announcement. James Gunn put out I believe it was a 6-minute video of him talking about what they're planning to do with their new DC universe. So we started off by talking about projects we already know. So we already know we're getting Shazam in April or March. I can't remember. Shazam! Fear of the Gods.
Soon.
Then we're getting The Flash in June. Then we're supposed to be getting Blue Beetle in August or September. And then we're getting Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in December. And that's all that's left from the current DCEU slate.
What they were still working on.
Yeah, everything else that wasn't in production was scrapped.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it doesn't mean that they're getting rid of all those people. Some of them may be coming back. In fact, he confirmed one or two people would be back in his announcement. So he announced 10 projects.
Okay.
So after we finish talking about, so we got 10 projects. The first one is Creature Commandos.
It all seemed mostly obscure to me.
Which
Everything
is an animated TV show.
Stuff I've never heard of,
Yeah.
other than Amanda Waller.
I've never heard of Creature Commandos either.
Never heard
so
of
are you
most
excited
of it.
about that?
I don't know. Listen, anything can be good if the story is good.
Mm-hmm.
But these things they're talking about, I've never heard of mostly any of them.
Bunch of unknown properties.
So it's all dependent on the story.
But James Gunn's really good with that
I
because
don't know. We'll have to see.
Guardians of the Galaxy were pretty much unknown, and now they're one of the biggest things in the MCU.
They gotta write a good story, and we're all okay.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
Next, he talked about Waller, starring Viola Davis. So he's confirmed Viola Davis is staying on as Amanda Waller.
Is this a real person show, or is it a...
This is a live-action TV show.
It is,
So it's probably going to go to HBO Max.
Okay.
Now, Viola Davis is amazing in everything, and I really enjoy her as Amanda Waller. She's really tough, and you just don't mess with her.
She's good at anything she does. But again, the writing is what's going to be important.
Well, we saw her last in Peacemaker series on HBO, which was a #1 show at the time.
Well, it wasn't she, though, in her own life. She was just in that good movie, The Woman King.
Yes, she was. But we're talking about in DC properties here. So she was good in that, and before that she was in James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch a Waller series on HBO.
I understand what that's about.
I get what...
I get that title.
Now, considering James Gunn's The Suicide Squad was an amazing movie, but no one saw it, so it was a flop. Unfortunately.
Well, I think it'll stand the test of time. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun, and I'm not into these characters.
It came out still while the pandemic was going on, and because of the tarnishing of the DC brand, as well as the previous Suicide Squad movie was not well received, so a lot of people didn't go see it. I saw it in theaters twice. It was amazing, and I got my Blu-ray copy of it. So I'll watch Waller. Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, you told me not to watch the first Suicide Squad.
We'll get to it.
I don't think I want to see it. But anyway, this James Gunn, The Suicide Squad, was really fun. Mm-hmm. I really enjoyed it. It was similar to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
We can't dwell too much on this. We got a lot to get through.
But it was really fun.
So then he made the big announcement that he already talked about, that James Gunn is working on a new Superman movie. So this film is going to be titled Superman Legacy.
I'm kind of sick.
Not a great title.
kind of sick of Superman.
Why are you sick of Superman? We haven't got a Superman movie since 2013.
I don't know. I think they just need to do something, revive it. Like Batman was revived by Christopher Nolan. It needs a revival.
Well, this is a reboot, so it's not going to be Henry Cavill. And people are pissed off about that.
I'm not. I need a new version of Superman.
I enjoyed Henry Cavill's Superman. However, I understand they want to go younger because they want to have people that can be in this franchise for the next 10, 15 years. Not, Henry Cavill's getting up there now. I think he's in his 40s. So you don't want to have a guy in his 50s playing Superman.
Plus, I'm tired of it because also that Supergirl show was terrible.
Some people really like that.
It was not good. I couldn't take it at all. It was a very B movie, I'll call it. It was not good.
It wasn't the greatest thing, but also it was a CW show, right?
I liked Naomi. You didn't see that. But no. I like, that's Ava DuVernay. I liked Naomi.
So you're not excited for a new Superman movie?
I don't know.
Keep in mind, we're not getting a Superman movie until 2025 at the earliest. And I think they'll end up pushing it back,
fresh
which
take
sucks.
On it. Yeah.
Yeah.
See.
I hope so too.
I'm always open for anything.
Then he talked about another HBO show, Lanterns. Are you excited for a Green Lantern show on HBO?
All I know is that all the Lanterns up to this point really sucked.
There's only been one.
I know, but wasn't there another one before that? There was
Ryan Reynolds as Green Lantern in 2011, which was not very good.
No.
Even Ryan Reynolds has made fun of it in his Deadpool movies. So this one's going to be Lanterns. It's going to center around Hal Jordan, who was the Green Lantern that Ryan Reynolds played in that movie, and also Jon Stewart, who is another Green Lantern.
Not the comedian.
No. This is the black guy. He's a big black guy.
Very interesting.
Jon Stewart as a Green Lantern?
Yeah, that's a new take.
A Jewish Green Lantern? That would be pretty funny, actually.
Well, yeah, I think that would be
because he's hilarious.
I mean, that's what they need to do. Something like that with Superman. Just rethink it.
I'm not a big fan of Green Lantern. I know they have huge fans of it, but I've never really enjoyed that stuff because I'm not into the sci-fi as much. Right. If I had choice of which Green Lantern to do, I would do Guy Gardner Green Lantern.
Okay.
But
I don't know what that means.
You don't know Green.
As long as the story's good, we're gonna like it. And it's fun actors like Ryan Reynolds. Too bad that first one wasn't very good. But
yeah.
That
was another regime because there's been so many regime changes at Warner Brothers.
Good writing, a good story, and it'll be okay.
Okay, here. I'm going to show you a picture of Guy Gardner Green Lantern because he looks ridiculous.
And see, if they stick to that comic book stuff, to me, it just throws me out of it. It makes it so unrealistic.
Here's a good one. Here. Look at this. So okay, so
you can show that up on the screen.
I don't think I can because it's copyrighted material. This is a comic book picture, but
I don't know.
My fan casting from years ago was before John Cena was Peacemaker. I would have wanted them to cast John Cena as Guy Gardner Green Lantern, give him the 80s jacket, and give him the bowl cut.
Like, again,
and it would look ridiculous, and I would love that.
They look ridiculous. They need to just take some elements of this. It's a new thing. They don't need to stick with the outfits they had in the comic books. I find when they do that, it really takes me out of the movie because it looks out of place.
Sometimes.
And you feel actually uncomfortable. Because it looks like the actors
You're talking about Uncanny Valley?
No, they're just uncomfortable outfits.
They're all uncomfortable outfits.
All
these superhero costumes.
Like
unless you're wearing a green suit, or a mocap suit.
Yeah.
They're all the most uncomfortable thing they've ever worn. That's all the actors say that.
Right. The new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer that we have, they're in these ridiculously tight suits right up to their neck, and I feel uncomfortable when I look at them.
But that's comic accurate.
See, I don't...
Anyway, I'm not excited for a Lantern show, but they just canceled one that they were developing with this new reboot. So people were looking forward to that. Because originally it was supposed to be a movie. Anyway, we got to move on.
If it's written right, it'll be fine.
I'm not excited about it, but if it's good, I'm going to check it out. If it's garbage, I'm just not going to bother. Then he talked about another film called The Authority. I had never heard of this before.
Well, I'm not a comic book person, so I've only read a few. But You have read a lot, and you don't know.
I don't know anything about it. But also, I'm not a huge DC fan. I do like some of the stuff.
But you are pretty big into comics.
I'm just not as well versed in the DC universe.
Okay.
Now, I have to trust in James Gunn and Peter Safran on this, because that's what he does. He takes obscure characters and they bring...
Right.
Also, this is supposed to be villains, I believe.
I guess his first project will set the tone.
Yeah, he's got to knock it out. They got to knock it out of the park with that Superman movie. If it bombs, like they could end up losing his job. But listen, we got James Gunn, who's made a lot of great movies, and recently just came out with that Guardians of the Galaxy special, which was amazing.
I didn't think it was amazing.
I
thought it was fun, but I didn't think it was amazing.
Okay, a lot of people really liked it, got high ratings, and so I'm gonna have to trust in him on this. Now, the next one he talked about was a live-action TV show called Paradise Lost, which is actually the name of a book from Milton in like the 17th century, 16th century. No, this is about Themyscira, pre the birth of Wonder Woman, before the birth of Diana. So this that was my reaction too, because we already did, we want to do Batman without having to pay for Batman, so we'll make this show called Gotham. That was terrible.
That was bad. It started out okay. It was interesting at first,
then
but
they did what they do. Then they did Krypton series, okay? Yeah. Superman, but without Superman, about his grandfather.
Oh, I think that one was bad, wasn't it? Is that the one that was really bad?
It went for like 1 or 2 seasons.
Inhumans or something. What was that other one? Similar.
I heard good things about the Krypton series.
I don't think I saw
we didn't get it here in Canada because we don't have HBO Max. And at the time, I don't know if it was on the CW or not, but I don't think any of the stations here in Canada picked it up. So I never got to see it. I did hear good things. But the reason why I'm not liking this is I hate it when they're doing, let's do stuff in the superhero universe, but you never get to see your favorite characters. Well, why do I want to watch this then?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch Gotham City crap. I want to see Batman.
Naomi was like that. You didn't see it, but it was based upon Superman, but Superman is like a blob in the sky. And but his coming to the town starts off a chain reaction, so he's not in it. She's the star of it. See,
this is just more of the stuff that Warner Bros. Was doing before the previous, like, 2 or 3 regimes. Let's do stuff around these characters that you want to see, but not with those characters. I'm not on board with that. They gotta win me over on that. Anyway, next is we're getting The Brave and the Bold, which is a live-action film. This is the new Batman.
Not The Bold and the Beautiful.
No, The Bold and the Brave. This is based off a comic series, and it's about the 5th Robin, Damian Wayne. So this is his son.
Okay.
Now, I don't know as much about it, but, I mean, because when you think of Robin, you think of Dick Grayson, right? That's the original Robin.
Yeah, and I think of that terrible movie.
Well, in the comic books, he goes off and he becomes Nightwing.
Okay.
Actually, maybe he goes to the Teen Titans, or maybe that's a different Robin. I don't know exactly, but he does eventually become Nightwing. I think he goes to the Teen Titans, then he becomes Nightwing. And after that, then Batman gets another Robin, which is...
Can you not get a new name for them?
Tim...
Like, this is my associate.
Tim Drake?
Like,
and it was
Greg?
And it was really lazy writing in the comics, because they essentially gave him the same... Originally, they gave him the same backstory as Dick Grayson.
But and the same name.
No,
like they Tim Drake. A different name.
Then we got Jason Todd, who's one of the more interesting Robins in the 80s.
I know nothing about these Robins.
Okay. And then...
But he was also called Robin.
Jason Todd. Yeah, they're all called Robin. They're legacy characters.
Anyway, okay.
Then we got... who's this new one? Damian Wayne. I think that's when we got Damian Wayne. So that's Bruce Wayne's estranged son that apparently he didn't even know he had.
Who's the mother?
Talia al Ghul.
Oh.
Ra's al Ghul's daughter.
Okay.
And we've seen him in live action.
We've seen Ra's al Ghul, yeah.
And I saw him a lot during the summer in the Batman the Animated Series, because they use Ra's al Ghul a lot.
Right.
And they got a really good actor to do the voice acting. So anyway, yes, I want to see a new Batman, and they got to cast younger, and I want more Batman series, and he alluded to starting the Bat family. So we could end up getting multiple Robins. We could get Nightwing. We could get Batgirl. We could get Batwoman. We could get
Right.
Batwing. We could get Azrael Batman. I don't know.
There has been a Batgirl show on recently. I don't know if it's still going, but it also looked like Supergirl to me. It looked like a B show.
It's a CW show.
Yeah, I didn't like
it. And once again, we didn't get a lot of these here.
I didn't watch it, but it just...
I'm down for any iterations of Batman, and I want to see more of the Bat family. I'm sick of just seeing Batman by himself.
Isn't that his whole thing?
That's what a lot of fans like, but I like seeing Batman with...
other than his butler.
Yeah, Alfred. But I like seeing him working with Robin, or with Batgirl, or, throw in Azrael, or whoever. Okay. Or if
this
Bruce
is not
Wayne...
the cat from the Smurfs.
No.
That's going to be Azrael.
Oh my God. You do know Azrael's the name of an angel, the Archangel Azrael?
Yeah, but I don't know what it has to do with
Judeo-Christian.
Batman.
Well, there was a character who became Azrael Batman.
Very good, mangy little orange cat.
Anyway, then he talked about another TV live-action show called Booster Gold. Now, Booster Gold is another DC hero that's been around for a while. Most people will have never heard of this guy. I barely know who he is.
Not to be mixed with Bearing Sea Gold.
No.
Which is a show that I do enjoy.
Okay. I'll check out Booster Gold, but it's not on my top 10 list to see. Also, we might not see this for like 4 or 5 years, if we ever get to see it.
There's a long list there.
Yeah, it's 10 properties. Number 9, we got Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, a movie. Now, it's not your traditional Supergirl. Kara L.
Yeah, Kara is her
Kara L. Because of the House of L. It's Superman's cousin.
Yes.
But apparently this version of Supergirl has a very different upbringing.
Okay.
So, and he mentioned that. Would you be interested in seeing this Supergirl movie?
If they cast it correctly.
Now, there's already a Supergirl coming up in this new Flash movie coming up this year.
Okay.
So they might be using her.
Well, I like how they changed it to woman. Like the title. So, shows it's not just this little teeny bopper girl. Which is okay for a while, but...
I get why women don't like, names like Supergirl or Batgirl. I understand that. Now, there is also a Batwoman and a Superwoman, and they're different characters.
Under 18, it's okay.
The reason why they have those names is because these characters are like 70 years old. They're from the 40s and the 50s, and it's a different time. And also, when those characters started in the comics, they were like university students. They were They were younger than 20. That's why they were.
That old woman show.
Now I don't see why they couldn't start off calling her Supergirl and then make her and then just say she becomes Superwoman.
I want to see Superwoman at age 70 and what she's up to.
Why? Well,
that would be hilarious. I think that would be great.
The Kryptonians don't age like humans, so at 70 they would still look like they're middle-aged.
The whole idea is
they live for hundreds of years.
We don't want superhero women that are always showing their boobs off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is the thing that I don't
like. The new Supergirl that we've seen images of in the new Flash movie, it's not like that at all.
Okay,
it's a full-length costume. That was one of my complaints about those Wonder Woman movies. Why doesn't Wonder Woman have pants?
Why is she a model that cannot act?
Oh, jeez. I shouldn't have mentioned that.
Yes.
I should not have mentioned that.
No, because it makes me angry.
Would you like to see a different version of Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow, in film? Would you go to see that?
Yes, depending on the casting again. I don't trust them now after the whole Wonder Woman thing.
Yeah, but that was previous leadership. Now it's their own studio and it's new leadership.
I'm a little bit afraid because I was so excited about Wonder Woman and then I was so disappointed. So I'm on the edge there. They have to prove me some things in these next properties that are coming up.
If anyone is watching out there, and our show's not very popular, so first off, thank you for watching our nonsensical ramblings. We really appreciate it, and if you enjoy it, give us a like, a thumbs up. You can always subscribe. We have lots of other content. This is episode 30, by the way.
Woo!
So I want to send a shout-out to... Who should I send a shout-out to? I want to send a shout-out to John Campia and the John Campia Show. No, they're not. And also Robert Meyer Burnett, because
shout out to them.
I don't normally talk about other YouTube shows, but they were one of my inspirations to start my own show. So I'm sending a shout out to them because they inspired me to start this show, and I'm having fun. I love doing this. Do you enjoy doing this show?
Well, I think we should make a shout out to some of our fans that we know about. We know about Dave. We know about Bill and Nola.
Yeah.
And perhaps Philip, Betty, and Francis.
Send us comments, because I don't hear from you guys.
And Hugh, maybe. And maybe even Heather.
Okay, that was an aside. Last project he talked about was another movie, is Swamp Thing. You remember Swamp Thing from the 80s?
No.
It was a TV show.
No,
or was it a movie?
I think it was a movie. I didn't.
Might have been rated R.
I never saw that.
I think it's supposed to be a horror. Am I excited for Swamp Thing? No. Once again, that's not a character I want to see. People want to see Superman, Batman, the Batman family. They want to see Harley Quinn. They want to see Batman's rogues. Apparently they want to see Aquaman, because Aquaman's so popular. Wonder Woman.
I don't care who's in it, as long as it's a good story. I don't care. I don't have any ownership over these titles of these people. Okay. The only one I actually liked, when I was a kid, was Wonder Woman. But I don't really care who it is, as long as it's a good story, it's believable, and it's interesting. Okay.
Which of these 10 properties would you say you're most excited for?
Well, I think Waller, because
it's Viola Davis.
And I understand the character a little bit, so that would be the one I'm the most excited about. But really, I'm just waiting for them to blow me away with these new properties and new stories.
Well, that's the thing, because James Gunn's got his Guardians Volume 3 coming out in May. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think it's going to flop, but if it bombs, he's going to be in a difficult position. Because he's head of the studio now, and he's writing the Superman movie, and if that movie bombs, he ain't going to be looking so good over at Warner Brothers there. Now, I don't think it will. Guardians might be a $1 billion movie. Guardians 3. We'll see, right?
We'll see.
Of these that I'm looking forward to, if I had to pick one, I would say Batman the Brave and the Bold. Because I want to see Damian Wayne, and I want to see another version of Batman. Second to that, I would say either Superman Legacy or Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. The shows seem interesting. Some do. Paradise Lost sounds like garbage to me, but maybe it's amazing.
I have not read Paradise Lost. Is that a poem by Milton?
It's an epic poem.
Yeah.
I
don't think I've read that one.
It's like Dante's Divine Comedy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to read those poems. We're not talking about that here.
Back in English class.
Oh, man. So, you heard our thoughts on James Gunn's big announcement. For me, when I watched it, I was like, that just kind of landed with a thud. I'm like, that's your big announcement? Put some production value into this, buddy. Anyway, I was a little bit let down by this. Although, I'm going to try and give him the benefit of the doubt. He's James Gunn. He makes good stuff. Peter Safran's the producer. Makes good stuff.
At least it's a lot of content to look forward to.
So it's very, very creative and talented people making these things.
He didn't just give us 3 things. He gave us like 10 things. So.
Yeah. And they want them to all be interconnected. I don't think that's going to work out in the end, but we'll see. What are you guys looking forward to the most with the new DC Universe being launched, which is probably not going to get anything till like 2024 or 2025. We're going to be waiting a while. And also, what do you think about Christine's comments about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman? Did you like those 2 Wonder Woman movies? I personally enjoyed them. I think I enjoyed the second one more than the first, but I'm in the minority on that.
And if you're a woman, did you enjoy her?
Or were you disappointed by this? Let us know down in the comments below. We'll read them out on the next show. We want to hear from you. Let's go into our reviews. And we're back, everyone. So we're going to talk about our first review is Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 2. We forgot to talk about Episode 5, and we're also talking about Episode 6 that came out this week. So Episode 5 was Entombed, and Episode 6, I believe, was called Tribe. What did you think of these 2 episodes? Christine, did you enjoy them? Are you still liking this show?
I don't know. I found the past 3 episodes were a lot of filler. Now, we're not getting... Back in the day, we used to get 22, 24 episodes of something. Mm-hmm. We used to get those kind of filler episodes, interesting enough on their own, but I believe we're only getting 10 episodes of this show. Am I correct? Something like that?
I don't think so.
How many episodes are we getting? Because it's a lot that's just filler of these episodes. I mean, they're interesting, but they're not moving the story forward.
16.
Okay.
We're getting 16 episodes just like the first season.
So far, they're kind of like one-off episodes.
So we're not even halfway through.
They haven't really progressed the story, I don't find. I'm used to an overarching story. Mm-hmm. that's why I like say Deep Space Nine when it came out, because
they didn't have an overarching story at first.
No, they did about the wormhole aliens.
Eventually, they got into it.
There's so many. I don't really care for filler episodes anymore. And the last season of Bad Batch was a continuing story. So these 3 episodes are kind of like taking me out. First, there was the one about the racing vehicles, which was a better done race, but
the riot racing
didn't really get us anywhere other than be suspicious of Sid, but I think we've been suspicious of her a bit anyway. And then the one from the last week before last was the one about they find this compass, and they go and they find this big alien zapping.
Yeah, that story didn't make any sense. Why this thing would be there, and once you take out the cube, then it activates and it just starts destroying everything. That made no sense to me.
Coming back in some kind of. At some point, are we going to see?
Yeah, and where was that from? There? Was that from the Old Republic?
It reminded me a bit of Guardians of the Galaxy when they're mining that head of the giant alien. It reminded me a little bit of that.
Nowhere?
Yeah, of Nowhere. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if this is actually going anywhere. And then the last episode we got, Tribe.
With the Wookiee Padawans.
I mean, it's nice to see the Wookiees, but it again isn't really... It's not doing anything to the story.
Gungi is his name. The Wookiee Jedi youngling, which I believe we saw last in the Clone Wars.
I don't, each episode I didn't mind very much, but I don't find like they're doing anything to propel them forward.
There doesn't seem to be a lot of character development. There doesn't seem to be an overarching story. However, it could just be this is about Omega's experiences and shaping her, because I know in this last episode, when he was communing with the trees, when the Wookiee, Gungi, I probably mispronounced that, was communing with trees, she goes over and touches it as well.
No, but we know
maybe she's force sensitive. We don't know.
She's saved other kids before. She's done that before. She'll stick her neck out for other kids that are in trouble.
But she was raised on Kamino. She wasn't not used to being around other children.
Yeah, well, that's why she really likes them. So we've seen that already from her, rescuing other children. So I don't know. I'm waiting to see if these episodes are going to somehow tie in somehow. The first one about the racing, only half the characters were in it.
Yeah. We were missing. Do you think that the Bad Batch will introduce another character to go along with the team, one that's closer to her age, so she has a peer?
Well, I was hoping maybe he would continue.
That's what I was thinking too, because...
But he didn't.
Yeah, he wants to be with his people. That makes sense.
But still, I was like, what is the purpose of this episode?
He didn't even have any memory of his homeworld, because he was taken so young, because that's what the Jedi Order does. So he didn't even know he was going to Kashyyyk. He's just, I gotta go to this planet.
Well, he sort of knew.
I enjoyed episode 4 with the riot racing. Episode 5 with that weird ancient Godzilla monster was kind of, what is this?
Jones kind of homage to that.
And episode 6, Tribe, I quite enjoyed that too. So I'm still on board with this show. It's not overly exciting, but at the same time, when you got 16 episodes, you got time to pull the taffy and explore things more. Yeah.
There could have been more underlying stuff going on, though, in the background, which we didn't get.
It could be, it's probably different writers for each of these episodes, even though the showrunner is overall in charge, so it could just be some writers that are still kind of working on perfecting their craft.
I think we had so many really good episodes in the beginning of this season, and now we're just...
I hope it doesn't devolve into, like, villain of the week, the way the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars were, because it's why we do it.
These past 3 episodes have not been very impressive.
But I would only say one wasn't good for me. That was episode 5.
I was disappointed. I was waiting for something else to happen, I guess. Or maybe I thought maybe that Wookiee would come with them and join the team, but he didn't. Mm-hmm. So I'm really finding, they need to wow me next week. Yeah, I'm disappointed.
I don't think that's... I'm not disappointed, except for with episode 5. I may have to go back and watch it, because I don't even remember a lot of it. But I'm still really enjoying the show. I like how we got characters that we don't know what happens to them in the future. Any of them could die at any minute.
But I just feel it's been floating off into the ether these past 3 episodes. It's going somewhere.
Maybe.
I don't know where.
I'm still down for it. So that's our thoughts on the latest episodes of Season 2 of Star Wars The Bad Batch. Are you guys watching this? What do you think of it? Is it working for you or not? Leave a comment down below and we'll read it out on the next episode. Now we got Gunther's Millions.
Right.
So this is a 4-part documentary that just came out on Netflix on February 1st.
Right.
So I finished all 4 episodes and you watched the first one with me.
I watched one episode.
So this is a spoiler-free review.
Okay.
The first episode, it starts to get into some creepy stuff, some weird stuff.
It's weird.
But that's not what the whole series is about.
Okay.
And it's not what you think it is. Like this whole thing about the Countess and leaving all this money to the dog. It's very interesting when they delve more into it. I would recommend checking this out just in the sense of, yeah, the guy comes, Maurizio Man.
Sleazy looking guy.
Yeah, he comes off like that. But by the end, I don't think I felt that way about him.
At least he pets the dog.
He loves the dog.
He has the dog locked outside in a doghouse somewhere.
He loves the dog.
He does like the dog, and he's taken it upon himself to look after the dog, or dogs, I should say.
Yeah, there's multiple Gunthers.
Just seeing the first episode, it kind of really frustrated me and made me upset about people with money doing foolish things with it.
Yeah.
And that upsets me. But
yeah.
Anyway.
It does get more into that. However, overall, I enjoyed this series. And I don't want to spoil what happens, but I would say if you check it out and you're on the fence on the first episode, I would say stick with it. It's only 4 episodes. They're less than an hour each. I found it did get better as I went along.
I might finish. I just didn't have the time.
There was some unfortunate things in it, and some things that got away from them. You know, the old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So they may have started off with good intentions, but then things got out of hand sometimes, and then things got shut down, and then they tried something else, and then that got shut down, and then they tried something else, and they're trying to do good, let's say. So I would recommend sticking with it, and overall, since I finished it, I would give this a best documentary ever. I enjoy it. It's not as good as, say, Meltdown 3 Mile Island on Netflix, but I enjoyed this. I'm probably not going to watch it again, but it was fun. Are you going to continue watching this?
I guess it didn't really make me that pleased with it watching the first one. I didn't really. It just made me more angry. You're
going to tap out?
I don't know. If I have extra time, I'll watch the rest of it. But it just kind of.
I don't think Christine's going to watch it.
It made me angry.
Have you seen Gunther's Millions? Are you going to check it out? I would recommend it, but I can understand it might not be for everyone. Also, you kind of got to get past a little bit of stuff in the first and second episodes. But there is still interesting stuff in both of it. And so there's just parts of it that aren't that pleasant. Well, what do you guys think of Gunther's Millions? Leave a comment down below. We'll read it out on the next episode.
I guess that's everything for this episode. I have a few more things that I watched and stuff, but we'll have to leave that till the next episode.
Well, yeah. So before we go, we got some comments here.
Oh, we got some comments. Nice.
So I got a comment on YouTube, and this is in regards to my 80 for Brady spoiler-free out of the theater reaction.
Right.
So the 1 minute short after we saw that last weekend.
Yeah.
So I got this comment from It Is Written KJV1611, and he said, "Thanks, bro. Going to see it with my mom. She laughed at the trailer."
Oh, that's good. I hope you and your mom had fun.
Yeah, I replied back to him. I said, "Hope you two have a good time. Let us know what you think of it." Thanks for the comment. It is written KJV1611. Appreciate it. And we also got some stuff on Twitter.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't know how to use Twitter either. You're a tweet person.
No?
Not me. I don't get Twitter. I don't know.
You're not into that, huh? Okay. Well, I didn't get to review it this time because we're running out of time. However, I did get to watch my new Black Adam 4K disc.
You just went to see that in theaters, though, not that long ago.
In November.
That's not that long ago.
Well, it just came out, and I got had such a fun time. This is my third time viewing it.
Okay.
And I'm enjoying it more on each viewing.
Okay, so you had some comments
about... So, I posted on Twitter, I just posted a quick review of it after I saw it there earlier this week, and I put hashtag Black Adam, so, at The Rock, saying, Dwayne Johnson should be proud. He made a really fun, over-the-top comic book movie of his favorite character. Which he's been working on that movie for 12 years.
Great in it.
There's been a lot of bad press lately. A lot of it, him causing controversy. Anyway, I don't want to comment on that.
I think he was great in it.
Hashtag DC Studios fans will enjoy this for years to come. Maybe he'll get to reprise his role in the new DC universe. I'd pay to see him back.
I think he was great in the role. It's just the story was a bit not the greatest.
So, I got a comment from @son of Lianla, or Ianla, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He said, I thoroughly enjoyed Black Adam. I'm like, hell yeah, man, that was great.
Okay.
I love that. Now, did I get any other comments? I might have got some other stuff. Oh, yes. So I posted a tweet a couple weeks back when I watched Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, yes.
Because I got my new 4K disc. So, @Cyber Sci-Fi replied, he said, good questions all. Check hashtag Alita Army, hashtag Alita for more info about. Seen and heard from a few fans, but fan numbers are growing. Some of the producers said they are thinking about it, planning on a sequel. So thank you for your comment there @Cyber Sci-Fi, and also from, what was his name there? @Son of Lianla.
Okay.
Now this is a film that people have discovered since it came out, because not a lot of people saw it in theaters in 2019.
It's fun.
But it's building up momentum on streaming.
We'll hope for another one.
So it's really good.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up. Christine, how can people get in touch with us?
They can email us at CanadaMovieTVHosers@gmail.com, or they can find us on Twitter @CanadaHosers.
That's where we post every time a new episode or new video goes up.
Right. Or you can follow Gregory on Twitter @St. John's Critic.
Yeah, I post every time I watch something, I post a quick comment about it. It's how I keep track of everything.
Yeah. So please like and subscribe down below. And
yes, that would really help us out.
And you'll see new ones.
We don't have a lot of subscribers right now, but if you're one of the few people that subscribe, thank you very much. So we're going to sign off now. Kitty's really tired there. She's too tired to perform today.
Oh.
So sleepy. Yeah, I wish you guys could pet her here. Take care, everyone.
Bye.